Welcome to Cashflow. In this video I'm going to show you how to set up foreign currency for use with quotes and invoices. Firstly, on the left hand side of the screen, click into Settings. Once you've opened up Settings, if you scroll down to the List section, you will see there's an option here for currencies. If you click into currencies, you will see that the only one we have set up at the moment is GBP, so we have pounds sterling. To add additional currencies, all we do is click the Add Currency button in the top right hand side of the screen. Once we click in here, we have a drop down list. So all we do is choose the currency we want. If it's euros, I'm just going to pick euros. You can see the name comes through as euros. We can choose the symbol, and if we want to position that on the right hand side of the invoice, and we can see it's brought through the exchange rate for today. We are linked up to the foreign exchange bank, so it will automatically update the exchange rate every single day if we tick that box. Once we've done that, we just click the Add Currency button. To add more currencies, all we do is repeat that process. Click on Add Currency again in the top right hand side of the screen. And then if we just scroll down, we're going to add in US dollars. And we can see the symbols changed, the exchange rate is updated, and we're just going to click Automatically Update that rate and Add Currency. Once those are set up in the system, all we need to do is click the Save Changes button at the bottom. We will see that actually creates a losses and gains account for you, and that will be dependent on whether or not you're making a loss or a gain when you're actually receiving the payment through on the invoice. This would be if the exchange rate has changed from the time of issuing the invoice to the time of receiving payment. If I just click Save Changes in here, my foreign currency has now been updated. This means if we go to the invoicing module on the left hand side of the screen, we're just going to create a new invoice at the top of the page. So all we need to do here is choose the company record, and we can add our line item into the system, and then you'll have the option here where it says currency with the drop down to choose which currency you want to generate this invoice in. If I say I want to generate this in euros, we can see we've got an option here, convert the invoice value to the new currency, or don't convert, just change the currency symbol. So we actually want to convert the invoice to the new currency. Just click Done, and we can now see that the rate has come through onto the invoice of 1.389, and we can see the total included VAT is 1667. So we can see the value in euros at the bottom of the page. If I click Save on that, that invoice has now been saved in euros. If we go to the invoice screen on the left hand side to invoice 258, we can still see that the outstanding balance is £1,200 including VAT, and it's all in sterling. It's not until you actually drill down into the invoice that it's going to show you the euro amount that's due. If we go and add a payment next to this invoice, we will see that the payments come through as sterling. If the exchange rate has changed for that day, it will update it within your Forex gain account, and it will show you any loss or gain you will make through the exchange rates changing. If you have a client who's based outside the UK, if you go to the Customers module on the left hand side of the screen and click into a customer record, you will see that within the Options section at the top of the screen, you can select the default currency. So if I say their default currency is US dollars and just update their account, what that means is every time I now create an invoice for that customer or a quote, it's going to default to generate that with US dollars. So we can see now it's defaulted to US dollars and the exchange rate, and if I add a line item to that, we can see the calculation in dollars. And that's how easy it is to set up and manage foreign currency for quotes and invoices within Cashflow.